In just 10 minutes, you'll unlock the secrets to transforming even the smallest spaces into a thriving vegetable garden. Delve into the world of homegrown goodness, where every seed planted is a step towards a healthier, sustainable lifestyle. Discover the joy of plucking sun-ripened tomatoes right from your backyard or balcony, each bite bursting with flavor that only freshness can bring. So, pull on your gardening gloves, dig into the soil, and let's get started. Get ready to grow your own food and taste the difference freshness makes. The first step to a successful vegetable garden is preparation. You see, a garden is more than just a plot of land. It's a delicate ecosystem that needs careful consideration and planning. One of the most important aspects is the location of your garden. You'll want to find a spot that gets at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight each day, because most vegetables need plenty of sunshine to grow. Next, let's talk about soil. The type of soil you have can greatly affect how well your plants grow. You'll want a soil that drains well, but can also hold on to enough moisture to keep your plants happy. A loamy soil, which is a balance of sand, silt and clay, is often the best choice for a vegetable garden. But don't worry if your soil isn't perfect. That's where composting comes in. Composting is like creating a gourmet meal for your plants. By adding organic matter like vegetable scraps, leaves and grass clippings to a compost pile, you're making a nutrient-rich soil amendment that your plants will love. Lastly, you'll need to think about water access. Your garden will need a steady supply of water, especially during the hotter months, so make sure you have a reliable water source nearby. With the right location and a solid plan, your garden is off to a great start. Now let's roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty in the next section: soil and planting. Now that you've chosen your location and planned your garden, it's time to get your hands dirty. Soil, the very foundation of your garden, needs your attention first. A well-prepared bed can make all the difference between a thriving vegetable patch and a lackluster one. Start by breaking up the soil with a garden fork or tiller, then enrich it with organic matter like compost or well-rotted manure. This will improve its fertility and drainage. Remember, healthy soil equals healthy plants. When it comes to planting, different vegetables have different needs. Some seeds, like beans and peas, prefer to be sown directly into the garden. Others, like tomatoes and peppers, are better started indoors and transplanted later. Always check the seed packet for instructions. It will tell you when to plant, how deep to sow the seeds, and how far apart they should be. Now, let's talk about planting depth. It's crucial to get this right. Too shallow and your seeds may dry out. Too deep and they might not break the surface. A good rule of thumb is to plant seeds 2 to 3 times as deep as their width. Spacing is just as important. If you plant your seeds too close together, the plants will compete for light, water and nutrients. If you plant them too far apart, you'll waste valuable garden space. Again, your seed packet is your best guide here. Finally, once your seeds are in the ground, it's time to water them in. Use a gentle spray to avoid washing them away or burying them too deep. Keep the soil consistently moist but not waterlogged. And there you have it. You've prepared your beds, planted your seeds, and given them their first drink. Now it's time for nature to do its thing. Watch for those first green shoots, a sure sign that your seeds have germinated and your plants are on their way. With your vegetables planted, you're one step closer to a garden full of fresh produce. Proper care is the key to a healthy, productive garden. Just like us, plants need water to survive, but not all plants are created equal when it comes to their hydration needs. Some vegetables, like cucumbers and lettuce, are mostly water, so they need a steady supply to stay plump and juicy. Others, like tomatoes and peppers, prefer slightly drier conditions, so it's important to tailor your watering routine to each plant's individual needs. The best time to water isn't necessarily when you might think. Watering in the heat of the day can cause the water to evaporate before it reaches the roots, and watering in the evening can leave plants susceptible to disease. The sweet spot? Early morning, when the cooler temperatures and gentle sunlight allow the water to soak in slowly, giving your plants a good drink to start the day. But watering isn't the only aspect of garden care. Plants, like people, can get sick, and they're also a favourite snack for many insects. Organic pest control methods can help you keep your garden healthy without resorting to harsh chemicals. Try introducing beneficial insects like ladybugs to your garden, or using natural remedies like garlic or chili spray to deter pests. Then there's maintenance. Regular pruning helps to promote healthy growth and increase yield. And don't forget about mulching. A good layer of mulch not only makes your garden look neat and tidy, but it also helps to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and add nutrients to the soil as it breaks down. All these tasks might seem a little daunting at first, but they soon become part of the rhythm of gardening. Just remember, every drop of water, every snip of the pruners, every handful of mulch is a step towards a thriving garden. And the reward? A bounty of fresh, homegrown vegetables that you can truly call your own. With regular care and attention, your garden will thrive. The most rewarding part of gardening is the harvest. Indeed, there's nothing quite like the satisfaction of plucking ripe, juicy tomatoes straight from the vine, or unearthing a hearty carrot. Its vibrant orange hue a testament to the nourishing power of nature. Harvesting is an art, a delicate dance that involves knowing just when your vegetables have reached peak ripeness. Tomatoes, for instance, are best picked when they're fully coloured and slightly soft to the touch. Carrots, on the other hand, can be harvested young for a sweet, tender bite, or left in the ground a bit longer for a robust, earthy flavour. Peppers, whether sweet or hot, can be picked at any stage, though waiting until they're fully coloured will give you the sweetest taste. Leafy greens like lettuce and spinach can be harvested leaf by leaf, allowing the plant to continue producing for an extended harvest. Now, what to do with this bounty of fresh, homegrown produce? The possibilities are endless. Imagine a crisp, refreshing salad made from just picked lettuce, cucumbers and cherry tomatoes, drizzled with a homemade vinaigrette. Or a hearty vegetable stew, brimming with beans, zucchini and kale, all harvested from your garden. Perhaps you fancy a classic tomato sauce, slow-cooked and rich, its flavours deepened by the sun-drenched sweetness of your tomatoes. Or maybe you're in the mood for a fiery salsa, the heat of your homegrown peppers perfectly balanced by the cool crunch of fresh cucumber. And don't forget about pickling. Pickling is a fantastic way to preserve your harvest and enjoy your garden's bounty throughout the year. Cucumbers, of course, are the classic choice, but don't be afraid to get creative. Try pickling green beans, beets, or even carrots for a tangy treat. So go ahead, harvest, experiment, savour. Celebrate the cycle of life that turns a tiny seed into a feast. Enjoy the fruits of your labour, fresh, delicious vegetables right from your garden to your table. Gardening is about more than just growing food. It's about sustainability and community. It's a lifestyle change that can make a big difference. Let's delve deeper into this. Composting is a gardener's secret weapon. By turning kitchen scraps and yard waste into nutrient-rich compost, you're not only reducing waste, but also creating a natural fertilizer for your garden. Imagine how satisfying it will be to feed your plants with a homemade compost. Now let's talk about the seeds. As you harvest, remember to save some seeds for the next planting season. This is a cost-effective way to ensure a continuous supply of your favorite vegetables. Plus, there's something truly magical about the cycle of growth from seed to plant and back to seed again. Sharing the harvest is another beautiful aspect of gardening. Whether you're swapping zucchinis with your neighbour or donating surplus produce to a local food bank, you're actively contributing to your community. Remember, the garden's bounty is meant to be enjoyed by all. Looking to expand your garden? Consider building raised beds or even installing a rainwater collection system. If space is an issue, vertical gardening can be a game changer. Think trellises, hanging baskets, and wall-mounted planters. The sky is the limit. With these tips, you can take your gardening to the next level. Remember, the journey of gardening is just as rewarding as the destination, so keep planting, keep learning, and most importantly, keep growing. Growing your own vegetables is a journey of discovery and enjoyment. From the simple act of planting a seed to the joy of harvesting your own food, every step brings its own rewards. Remember, gardening isn't just about the destination, but about the journey. It's a chance to connect with nature, to nurture life, and to enjoy the fruits of your labour, quite literally. So why wait? The secret to a thriving vegetable garden is in your hands. Start small, but dream big. Your ultimate vegetable garden awaits.